It's 2:55. I'm in Charlotte. It's Memorial Day. And I'm living in North Carolina. It's 2026, and I feel like the country has taken so many steps in the wrong direction. Like the world, at least society, American society, has completely gone to shit. Or maybe that's just me. I just feel like everything is kind of in a terrible spot. Like the legal system is broken. There's so many things wrong with the legal system, prisons. The job market is trash. You know. It's very difficult to get a job. It's very difficult to live in certain areas. And as a black person, you have to be very particular of where you live. Because if you live in an area that's too impoverished, then you can encounter crime. But if you live, let's say you want a cheaper, cheaper alternatives, you have to move away from bigger cities. You have to move on the outskirts. And then you risk discrimination, prejudice, microaggressions. It's dangerous. To be frank, it's very dangerous to be black. It's very dangerous to be poor in America. I'm downtown right now. Charlotte is really all I know. I don't know anything else. I know how to get all around Charlotte without using any GPS. I know back roads. Like this city made me. And I feel like every time I go out the city, you know, it's just a very different world where you live surrounded by people who have no true rationale to how they think. People who view everything in a warped way. They don't have a lot of diverse perspectives on life. You know, it's very dangerous. It's very complicated. my turn. Freak. I hate missing my turns. That's like pet peeve. But yeah, it's a weird time in America. To be frank, it's very weird. You know. Is this where I go? Yes. Yeah, like I'm saying, it's a very weird time in America. You know, people want to believe in what the country was, or believe in what the country could be. And it's like, it's just hard to really have faith when there's so many things that are twisted about the country because of capitalism. Everything is about money, and you can't really have true patriotism when things are compromised because of money. When money dictates everything, even things that don't make sense. Like things that aren't ethically correct, morally correct. And things that aren't logically correct. You know, the basis that we predicate certain things off of it don't really make sense. Like, I'm in a weird point in my life where I'm having these legal challenges. And it's my first time experiencing anything like this. It was just a weird situation that I got caught up in. And just mentally trying to get back on track. You know, I lost my job. And I started to get on like a downward spiral. You know, I was just consuming a lot of things. I was in the negative headspace. Super paranoid, super pessimistic, skeptical about everything. You know, very uncertain. And that's just a dangerous spot to be in. Mentally. It's hard to operate, especially when you got your attention spread in so many different areas. And this year, it's like more and more things are being revealed to me about my life, but also about society. Like, how you're treated as a entry-level worker or as a prospective employee, you know. Understanding that to live in this country and have no not be established in your skill set, and essentially not have any leverage, not having anything you could leverage for income, puts you in a dangerous position, like actually dangerous, because you can barely survive. You know, luckily I have a few connections that have relieved me of homelessness, but homelessness is the gateway to so many negative things. Homelessness is when you see theft, is when you see health issues, substance uses, or not just usage, but abusing substance as coping mechanisms. You get desperate, you might start selling your body, doing sex work, things that can negatively impact your physical health or your mental health. That all can stem from you not having anything to leverage. And it's like I have a bunch of experiences that have, you know, helped me mature and develop as an individual, but I still have flaws and obstacles that I'm facing that have prevented me from truly mastering anything of monetary value. I think I'm a good speaker. I make a lot of logical points, and I can understand a variety of topics and break down different subjects with adequate sources of information. You know, I can engulf myself in a conversation if I'm informed and, you know, I'm well read on certain things. I'm articulate. I'm educated. But do I know anything technically? That's been my struggle, getting either completions for some type of skill set or career occupation, or becoming technically sound in a profitable skill, like something valuable that I know how to do well, like really good. You know, I have a lot of hobbies like photography, music production, light graphic design, and online streaming. Writing, creating AI prompts, and these are some of the things I've done over the years in regards to projects, like creating content, whether that's reactions or creating artwork for my music. Just learning how to do a lot of things, but not having the output frequent enough to garner a public community, at least not something major. Maybe I do have a community and I'm just not tapped in enough, but honestly, if we're keeping everything 100% authentic and just being straight up, I really don't have a community. Like, I'm looking at my statistics. I have 300 subs on one page, about 105 on another page, 8 on another page, and then 5 on another page. I have about 380,000 views, which is it's honestly not very impressive. It's impressive that, like, I have a digital footprint and you can kind of see a glimpse of who I am, like a small glimpse of who I am, what I'm interested in, or what I've been exposed to. But overall, there's nothing substantial that people know me of. There's no niche. I don't really have an identity online. It's just a lot of randomness, sporadic content, and that would be like the epitome of who I've been trying not to be, but can't escape my own mind and have found it difficult to lock in on one thing and fully expand the potential of what I'm focused on, the singular thing. It's a lot of flip-flopping. And that reason is partly why I wanted to change my environment, because I wanted to be able to control as many variables in my life to put me in the right frame of mind to truly find success. You know, create consistency and be successful, and free my mind from distractions. Distractions that I feel pull me away from enhancing my value or my ability to produce value. You know, being able to study and truly focus on something to the point where you can learn and process certain things, and you have a true understanding of a concept or a formula, a process of working something, making something work. That's when you're able to elevate in your life. And that's been my goal, but I kept getting distracted by a lot of superficial, shallow things. And then I'll stumble and have these financial surprises, like an accident without insurance, and I go into debt and my credit score falls and I'm in a hole because I don't have money to play with, because I gotta pay this, I gotta pay that, and I gotta pay that. And then you just get down because, like, I'm in debt and I don't have anything to fall back on. working these normal jobs, and all the money that you get from a normal job is going towards living. So it's like, okay, live in this area to avoid the socioeconomic discrimination or inequality, inequity, racism, but you won't be able to have financial freedom because it's expensive as hell. You'll be sheltered from those things that you want to avoid because you're in a diverse area where the culture isn't accepting certain behaviors within certain institutions. I think certain counties, there's a culture within law enforcement, or even in the court, where there's certain things that don't really make sense. Like there's a disproportion. I would say the law, crime and law isn't proportional, and sometimes how the enforcement is emphasized can be inconvenient, inconsiderate, and excessive to circumstance and context of a situation or the people involved with the situation. I don't like the term the law is blind, or I don't think the law should be blind. I think every situation is different. Every situation is different. Even the timeline of the period that we're in is so different than anything we've ever been in. We have access to the most substances and technology that that's ever been available. Internet on our phones. You can consume anything. If you have $100, you could consume. You'll have access to internet, psychological altering drugs, alcohol, there's just so many vices, a lot of access, not a lot of mentorship or resources for people who need quick solutions. We don't have 2 weeks, 3 weeks. There's people who don't have, we don't have time. I'm looking for a job right now. I'm looking for an extra job right now. I don't need another 2 weeks, 3 weeks to be waiting to get paid. Like, the bills are due yesterday. And that's my thing. Jobs train you, but with the job market being as shit as it is, you have to be overqualified or over-experienced or have some type of network where you gotta tie into the company. But if you're just a regular person who may have had a few mistakes, what hope do you really have? Like, gas is going up, everything is going up. One mistake could ruin everything. One mistake could change the entire trajectory of your year, your life. My lights aren't shining. My lights aren't even shining like 6 feet ahead, which is crazy. Like, I see like the space right before my tires, but I gotta turn my beamers on to like really see anything. And it's like, I got these cases. I've never had any situations criminally, and I'm praying like things go in my favor, because I don't have the luxury of, I'm pretty young. I don't have a network for real. Like, I say your 20s, you're really only gonna develop a network if you start your career early in your 20s. And now people they're more disconnected. Like, you go to college, you're gonna meet people in college, and then you go to work, and then it's like, okay, are you in a big city? If you're not in a big city, your network is based off who you interact with online or the people around you. And most people are regular people. There's a lot of people who just work regular jobs. They don't ever take that next step. This road is slick. Try not to speed. Now more than ever, I feel lost, and I feel just demoralized, like lost confidence in everything that's going on. Just a little disappointed that things are how they are, you know. And sometimes it's hard to even enjoy normal things, like because there's no plan. There's no plan for the future right now. I'm kind of just coasting, like, even if you get to the point where it's like when you're living just to survive, there's nothing to look forward to. So it's like, if there's nothing to look forward to, why am I even doing what I'm doing? Because I'm not doing anything that I want to do. And that's when you start getting those hints of crash out, where it's like, fuck it. Fuck everything. When you get where it's just no point to anything. It truly just isn't any point to do anything. And that's where I'm at right now. That's just the real, man. Shit's not a fairy tale. Shit's not sweet. You know, I'm going through it. Got so much going on, man. And there's just not enough support in the world to go around. At the moment, everybody's in their own bubble. Everyone's in their own bubble. They got their own problems. And, you know, when it's tight like this, people aren't really looking to make new friends. Or just go this way. Or maybe that's just a negative way of looking at things, but that's just how I feel. You know, everything ain't gravy at the moment. Like my body's, I feel kind of shitty. Ankles are tight, knees tight, sore, inflamed, like just stiffness, a lot of stiffness in my knee, a lot of stiffness in my ankles. Just a lot of stress. You're like, damn, when they gonna throw me a bone? Like, when Fit gonna throw me a bone? Or anything that I'm doing actually gonna pop off? Like, or when am I gonna have that moment where like my life just goes in a completely positive direction? That's what I ask myself. It's like I just been so in a rut that I haven't even been doing anything to create those opportunities. And that's the worst part. I feel like I'm stuck because I haven't been putting up shot attempts. And when you don't put up shot attempts, it's damn near impossible to score. It's impossible to score, for real. Like, I put up a bunch of shot attempts for a job, a franchise, and I eventually it's crazy, I started another job, and now I got hired at that job. The job I've been looking for. You know, I've been applied to do. Yeah, I don't want to waste the opportunity. But at the same time, I need more opportunities. I need better things. Because it's a lot of money in the world. That's why I don't. It's a lot of money in the world, and it's a lot of it's a lot of technology in the world, so it don't really make sense why people don't know how to make money or don't have a lot of streams of income. And then again, why do we even need these many streams of income? Like, systemically, things should get easier as we advance technologically. Things shouldn't, and when I say easier, I mean financially. The burden of the cost of living and products should go away, or be extremely easy to achieve. And that's not happening. You know, McDonald's burgers used to be 79 cents. Now, a burger will cost you $2 to $6. That makes no sense. If the food is essentially the same thing, meat, bread, and some vegetables and some condiments, where's that money? You know, why is the price being alterated so much when it's the same thing? And that's the questions you have to ask as a individual, and that's the question you have to ask as a group. Like, is this the right direction? Is this the world we want to live in? And as a majority, I would say no. The world would be way more I think people would be more innovative. You'll see more innovation because people have more free time to explore different things, or they'll just waste it, and that's fine too, because you wasting your time isn't hurting anybody else, as long as it's not hurting nobody else. You know. You doing you ain't hurting nobody else. Just trying to elevate, man. I gotta make some money. I wanna make some money without killing my body, man. Cause right now, I don't really got I'm not trying to really destroy my body in my 20s. Like, I wanna work for sure, and I'm okay working 60 to 70 hours a week. I don't have anything else to do. But if I'm doing that, let's make it worth my while. Let me actually benefit from it. For real.